The Knicks, ready to enjoy that one-of-a-kind New York home court advantage, coming into the building earlier tonight. Welcome to 2K Sports' annual Noche NBA presentation. We're excited to bring you this celebratory fusion of basketball and Latin culture. This is Brian Anderson with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And out on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. So a look at our starters for the Heat. We've got Walker Kessler, Jabari Smith out there with Royce O'Neal. Then it's Miller, and it's Kolick in at the point guard position. And for the Knicks, we've got Dyson Daniels. He's out there with Stephen Curry, and it's Okafor in at the 5 down low. Here we are, Stan, at the midway point. We've got some big things coming up on the schedule.
Yeah, some things that fans really love. All-Star Weekend, the trade deadline. We'll see which teams are going to shake up their roster. A lot of stuff going on.
Kessler down low. Okafor on him. Lets it fly. Kessler with a bucket.
Well, you know, this is where Kessler mostly looks to score. Great work inside.
Here's James. Kessler with a rebound. Miller on the wing. Pass to Kessler. O'Neal with it. Here's Kolick. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Okafor. And the shot is good. Dropping it off the front of the rim.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Here's Daniels. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
We played just over a minute here in the first. From 13. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. And the Heat unveiling the statue of Dwayne Wade, Stan, the face of the franchise forever.
Yeah, Brian, you think of what he meant to this organization, propelling it to its very first championship and then attracting other stars to Miami. He is truly the foundation.
Clock at 6. Basket's good.
Not afraid to mix it up inside. Curry is a crafty finisher.
4-4. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. O'Neal passes to Kessler. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Kessler's got his second basket. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Now here's Curry. Got a lot of room. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First team foul.
Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City. Playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Now here's Miller, averaging almost 23 points a contest. A fantastic offensive player. Counted from distance.
Miller.
And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Here's James. Banked it in off the glass.
I mean, do you think a little or even a big bump is stopping LeBron? His determination is part of what makes him a future Hall of Famer.
Here's O'Neal. Looking at his numbers. Currently, he's averaging around 9 points a game. Kessler a screen. For 3, Smith. James with the rebound. For New York, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. And here's Curry for 3. Oh, he missed it, making him 1 for 2 now.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And your first NBA coaching job was with the Miami Heat, Stan. That was as an assistant back in the 90s, just a few years ago.
Yeah, just a few, Brian. And the Heat have changed a lot. The game has changed a lot over those years. Look, back then, the Heat were probably the most physical team in the NBA, and it was just knockdown, drag-out fights all the time.
And the Knicks call time here. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. James deciding where to go with it. Count it. 2 for 4 from the field now.
Yeah, you can tell LeBron understands the game. He knows a pick is all he needs to beat the D.
Here's Kolick. He's covered by Curry. Pass to O'Neal. Here's Smith. Ooh, the dunk by Smith.
Wow. How about the length and explosiveness? I mean, Smith knows how to ignite a crowd.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Heat leading by 3. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
And you know, maybe the most powerful small forward we've ever seen. James easily brushes off contact and completes the play.
George, he's checked in for Miami. For Miami, they've got 6 of 8 shots to go. Here's Kolick. A really disappointing game for him in that loss to Toronto. George scanning the floor. On target from range.
And that's what you get from Brandon Miller. I mean, he can really whip passes there around the court.
Shot's good by James. James has got 9.
Scoring well this quarter. Picking up steam as he goes.
George outside. To the middle. Here's O'Neal. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Here's Kolick. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. 6 to shoot. Pass to Kessler. For 3, George. Rebounded by Daniels. Knicks trail by 5. Arenas passes to Cassell. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
Get up, man. Get ready for fun, man. It's your Knicks Breaker Next Crew.
So both teams making some changes here. A minute 29 left in the opening quarter. Johnson passes to Van Horn. And again, no good by Miami.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Here's James. Misses the layup. Heat leading by 3. Pass to Johnson. Here's Van Horn. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Boy, oh boy. Both teams lighting it up to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
Now here's Paul. Here's Arenas. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Paul against Johnson. Here's Miller. George outside. Pass to Van Horn. The rebound by Bamba.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. It can't settle for bad shots.
Outside Johnson. Here's George. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. It's the This has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Heat.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Johnson is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Jabari Smith. Then there's George. And it's Tyson in at the 3. Small forward. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on LeBron James. Miami shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Now, here is James. LeBron on the go. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
Both free throws good from James.
Yeah, the experience and the knowledge is invaluable. LeBron gives all he has to these young guys deep in his career.
Johnson against Curry. Pass to Van Horn. Releases. With the tip. Controls the rebound and the putback. Smith's got his third basket on the night right there.
Big time effort on the glass.
And when you have a touch that soft, those tip-ins are easier to make. Inside. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball. And we have to take another look at that block.
And this is exactly why he's out here, in order to block shots in tight games like this.
And Curry's got the ball here for New York. Trailing by 4. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Can't hit it from 12 feet. Here's Tyson. Check by James. The shot by Tyson, no good.
Most nights this shot would have been his, but the defender gave him just enough trouble.
Curry with it, guarded by Smith. Curry against Smith. Out to James. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls it from the top of the key. And it's Miami with a rebound. Looking ahead, they've got the Cavaliers coming to town for their next one. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it. So New York ends up one with a whole new group. Here's Tyson. Watch by Wallace. Outside Johnson. Pass to Smith. Cuts off the pass. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Wallace has got his first 2 points of the night. The Heat with the lead. Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Outside Johnson. Here's Tyson. Watch by Wallace. Shot clock at 6. Smith finds Kessler. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Kessler's got 6 points.
Just right through him. Kessler not slowing up.
George, he's checked in for Miami. For New York, they've got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Arenas. And he gets the bucket. He's got 6.
Heat lead 29-27.
The Heat have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. And he drives in. The rebound by Bamba.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights that bucket is automatic.
Here's Arenas. He's got 6. Pass to O'Brien. Here's Arenas. And the call will be against Mo Bamba. That's his first foul of the game. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
O'Neal, he's checked in for Miami. Miller comes in for Tyson. A tight one here in New York City. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, not backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Brian?
Allie, thanks. Arenas' shot is off. Miami leading by 5. Miller on the wing. He's guarded by Exum. Misses the 3. The Knicks have got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter. Here's Arenas. And he dunks it down.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rounds.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. George, he's checked in for Smith.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Miller, averaging almost 23 points a contest. A fantastic offensive player. Pass to Kessler. George outside. Kessler passes to George. And there's the rejection. Here's Arenas. Thrown by Miller. Count that one. And now just a 1-point Miami lead.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Here's Kolick. Connects on the foul line jumper.
That's just poor defense there. You can't give up these kind of looks from the mid-range.
And you watch Dyson Daniels on the floor, Coach. He's everywhere on defense.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the best guys disrupting offenses and getting deflections. He gets his hands in passing lanes. Effort like that will always find minutes.
Here's George, following the bucket by the Knicks. And Kolick gets it to go. Kolick's gotten his third basket of the night.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
A minute and a half left to play in the half. Here's Arenas. Boom! He jams it straight down.
I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Here's Kolick. He has 6. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for.
37-36.
If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now.
Miller outside. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Miller's got 5 now.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim.
Here's Arenas. 14 points for him. Clock at 4. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Miller.
New York ball. Substitution on the court.
And so it's New York with it. For 3, James. Whoa! He just got it off in time!
That was close. Now, he doesn't panic in these situations.
He released it just in the nick of time. What a shot.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Knicks up by 2. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Hello and welcome. LeBron James in the spotlight again. He has been getting it done.
Locked in offensively, getting to his spots, picking apart the D, scoring in bunches, Jets.
Great points. Get it? See what I did there?
We saw, Ernie, it just wasn't funny.
And right now, let's see who's jostling for Rookie of the Year.
These first-year guys, very impressive so far. Now it is, who can sustain this level of play?
And the key is to follow your routine. Strength, conditioning, I'm not going to say diet because I'm not on a diet, but all the things you weren't thinking about when you were in school.
Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. You know, LeBron James has been exceptional here, guys.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
And so it's James with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. The lead is 2, and that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. We've got LeBron James, Dyson Daniels out there with Stephen Curry, and it's Okafor in at the center. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Now here's O'Neal. Here's Kolek. Rebounded by Daniels. And the Knicks shooting it well, around 55% for the game. Three-pointer. Miami grabs the miss. Kessler's got 4 rebounds in the game.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
From the right block. And there's Smith. That one's good. On the assist from Miller. Miller's got 3 assists tonight. Here's James. Just too much to handle inside.
Yeah, they get one to fall. Now 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Pass to O'Neal. Here's Miller. To the wing on the left. Here's Kolek. He's covered by Curry. To the paint. Here's Smith. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
Yeah, and Smith Jr. is rolling right now, showing just how dominant he can be.
James outside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That one on Kessler. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game. Well, a miss is unfortunate, but he still manages to put them ahead. Barely.
Pass to Smith. The 3. He gets it. He's 7 for 8 and really going at him out there.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days. He's right up there with the best.
New York making a switch here. Wallace is checked in. New York trailing. Here's Daniels. Oh, he brings it down with a 2-handed jam.
Well, Daniels is a tall guard. He can get up with the best.
Here's Kolek. Off target with the 3. For New York, they've gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Daniels passes to Okafor. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's his first trip to the line.
Second team foul.
That free throw no good.
At the line, 2 shots.
And the second free throw is good. Miami has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Here's Kolek. Good work there as it goes. Kolek's got 8. 6 lead changes in a game that has a lot of character.
Yeah, both sides stepping up and making big plays.
Pick by Okafor. Curry with it, and Kessler picks him up defensively. Oh, and the jam by Okafor.
Curry is so skilled operating the 2-man game. He always seems to make the right decision.
Here's Kolek. And the layup is good off the glass. He's got 10.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Pick by Okafor. Curry passes to Okafor. Oh, and the jam by Okafor.
With all eyes on Steph when he has the ball. His teammates find openings, and he finds them.
Pass to Kessler. Miller outside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Miami shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. First free throw is good.
Yeah, with the size and versatility Miller brings to the table, he's a tough cover for just about anyone.
Bradley, he's checked in for New York. And Miami with a change here, too. Tyson's checked in. Miller hits them both.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Here's Curry. Oh, Curry, what a tough finish.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Here's Kolick. He's covered by Curry. Smith right side. Miller outside. 6 to shoot. Here's Kolick. He's got 10. Misses the 3. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. Oh, nice job in the paint from Curry.
And I'll tell you, we see Curry working on his balance all the time. Well, I'll tell you what, it paid off on that challenging play.
Pass to Tyson. And here's Smith. Kessler down low. He's covered by Curry. The 3, Smith. 4-3. Gets the 3 to fall. Kolick's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, already an improvement for him from beyond the arc in this half.
Curry against Kessler. Left side Curry. Down low. Bradley. Count it. And the Knicks lead by 2.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And it's the Heat with the ball.
Give it up for him, fans.
Here's Kolick. 13 points in the game. Van Horn's shot is good.
From Kolick.
There's a minute 47 left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Curry. There's the drive. And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot.
And defenders really have to respect the shot of Curry. And as a result, he's able to get into the lane with his drives. And once again, Steph gets a trip to the free throw line.
And the Heat making a change here. Johnson's checked in. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Heat. 2-point game. Pass to Johnson. Up and in on the layup.
I'm not sure why they aren't going to him more. He's scoring the ball so well.
The Knicks have gone 7 of 10 here in the 2nd half. And that one is stuffed right through.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Here's Tyson. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Johnson a screen on James. Clock at 6. To the inside. Baseline jumper. The shot by Johnson, no good. The Knicks have gotten 8 of 11 shots to go in. Efficient so far in the 3rd. Arenas with the bucket.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Now here's Johnson. Miller outside. Over James. Here's Van Horn. Connects from downtown. Van Horn's got 7.
Here in the 2nd half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Curry against Johnson. Kicks it to George. He shoots. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. He's got 5.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. New York out in front, leading by a point. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth quarter. They've got Johnson, George out there with Jabari Smith. And it's Tyson in a two-guard. Miami trailing. George, right side. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And the Knicks shooting an amazing 61%. Looking confident. And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot two. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Knicks.
Well, I've been a little surprised by how many mid-range jump shots they're taking and hitting. But so far, that seems to be the recipe that's working for them.
They're also doing a good job working the ball inside tonight. The defense has been struggling to slow them down there in the paint.
Pick by Smith. Right wing to take the lead. Gets the three ball to go. And the Heat lead by 2.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
Screen by James. Curry with it, guarded now by George. And there's James from the arc. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Curry's got his 6th assist of the night.
The response from the King still has that competitive fire.
Pass to Smith. Misses from short range. And it's the Knicks with the ball. Here's James. Ooh, nice D from George. Miami's gone 7 of 15 from distance in this game. Back to Smith. Lots of room. And there are the Heat with another bucket.
The shot is repeatable. Smith Jr. has made that stroke so consistent.
Here's Arenas. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got his 6th rebound on the night. Blocked! And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
What a powerful rejection. He's not wanting them to get an advantage in this competitive game.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Van Horn to pass to George. The 3, Smith. He drops it from range. And now it's a 4-point Miami lead.
Well, he's going back to the arc. He might be building some momentum from range here in the second half.
New York, no good that time either. Miami has gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth. Pass to Van Horn. Smith with it. Here's Tyson. George, a screen on Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Smith. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Smith's got 25 points in the game.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Arenas' shot is off. Heat leading by 6. Stolen by Okafor. And here we go, the Knicks in transition. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
They have a never-give-up attitude.
Yeah, and as a coach, you love having a team like this. They've got 0 quitting.
It's stolen by James. It's going to be on LeBron James. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Well, That's only his...
And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. So with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this.
Coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
On your feet, fans, and make some noise. It's your Knicks City Dancers.
New York making a switch here. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I had a chance to find out what New York's coach was going over with his guys. And Coach had a simple message for their team saying, hey, we're right there. Let's start with a stop. Knock down a couple shots and we'll be up. Sometimes the best instructions are the basic ones. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
Tough move by Miller, having to absorb the foul while taking his shot.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Heat?
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. Really great when you see it in action.
Also, they were ultra consistent from outside, hitting a high percentage of those shots tonight.
Pick by Okafor. Daniels passes to Okafor. 6 to shoot. Miller comes with a double. From the arc. Knocks down the triple.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Miami leading by 3.
Heat lead 75.
Pass to O'Neal. Here's Kolick. Now Smith. Here's Kolick. The rebound by Okafor. James with the ball. Curry looking it over. Back to James. Down low. Okafor. Shot blocked.
I mean, he just continued to work for the block. Miller not letting up an ounce of effort.
A nice shot by Smith.
When you need a hoop, Smith is a great option. Tall with the ability to hit a three or penetrate.
Here's Daniels. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That one on Kessler.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
So the first one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And he's unable to get the second one.
Just a tough miss at the line. They're down 2 baskets now.
Back to Smith. This one's for 3. No good.
And that's exactly what you need. Everybody, big and small, crashing the glass.
Outside Curry. Lets the 3 fly. O'Neal pulls it in.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
And he lobs it up to the rim. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Teamwork in action. Smith knows where to be to convert off the lob pass.
Here's Daniels, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Here's Kolick. He's covered by Curry. Here's Smith. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Smith's got 31.
Nice touch from the interior. Smith Jr. knows how to capitalize from this area.
And here's Curry for 3. The offensive rebound. For three, James. The shot no good, and they go to the intentional foul.
24. Second personal foul. Third team foul. Kessler at the line. 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Well, where Kessler is elite is on the boards, and he's an excellent rim protector. Those two things alone will earn you minutes.
So New York ends up going with a whole new group. Here's Arenas. And it's good. And now they trail by just 4.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific move right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there. Timeout called, Knicks. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
They don't want to waste time here. If they can score fast enough, they can go back on D and try to get a stop instead of having to foul.
Stephen Curry, he's checked in for Exum.
All the Masters. Now into the lineup for your New York Knicks.
Oh, so much on the line here.
And the crowd is locked in.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here's Curry for 3. Kessler with a rebound.
Knicks trying to find his shot. But at some point, you have to start making these.
5th team foul. Kessler at the line.
First free throw is good. And that increases the lead to 6. Second one is good. Getting both at the line. And it's a 7-point game.
Extending the team's lead. Just solid execution at the line.
Make some noise for your Knicks City answer.
"20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Arenas. Fires from deep. Smith with the rebound. Miami takes the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
Yeah, you know, some teams might buckle under the pressure towards the end. The crowd was so amped up, such a hostile environment. But they stood tall and got the win.
And that about wraps it up. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce,